What's going on? So, chicken head, right? I find a lot of business owners like to run around and they like newness, they like change, they want something else. And they're always kind of looking for something new. And in a way, they tend to prioritize what's new or what's interesting or what is change and not what's working and prioritizing what's working. Said another way, instead of finding what's working and doubling down, they tend to look for what isn't working and double down. Right? And I think being aware of this is important if you want to be a smart business owner and you want to make your life easy. Because business doesn't have to be as complicated as you want it to be. As a SEO, I see this a lot, right? I think a lot of people run around looking for an SEO company. They hire one while they're hiring another, basically, right? That they're 1 foot in the door and they're ready to move on to the next one, right? And they don't really know what's actually working, right? And what's not. And I think this applies in so many areas. So I kind of have a list of some of the things I came up with here that I think represent this really well. And I want to talk about just, some of those. So let's start with my first one on the list. Okay. Which I had as, ads. Okay. So somebody runs a Google ad campaign. They're spending $1,000. It's working. Okay. It's starting to work. And so they go start a Facebook ad campaign. Before just max that out, right? Max everything out. When it works, max it out. So that's one example. With SEO, I come back to that again. Here's a really good one. You're starting to build your location on your Google map and it's starting to bring in some traffic and it's starting to work. So you start another location, right? Or you start another location while one is working and you start sending all of your reviews to the new location. Now you're just going to have 2 crappy locations, right? So in that scenario, what should you do? Either double down on the locations that's working or make sure that first location is not going to lose any kind of momentum, while the other one, the lagging location, can start getting some time and reviews, right? Don't sacrifice what's new for what's working. I think this, like I see this a lot with sales. Maybe a sales guy is really good and he's killing it and he wants a raise. And you think, hey, you know what? I can get another salesman. You spend months and months and months trying to find somebody else and it takes forever, or you never find someone that good. When you could have just given a little bit more to somebody who's doing a really good job, right? And it would have made your life a lot easier and it would have given you the results, right? So I think this is where there's just this thing with business owners, right? Where they want to make things complicated. It's almost like they want the drama. They like the drama. Another good thing is SEO. Look, SEO is a really good example of this because it takes so long to get going. And I hear people say, hey, once I'm ranking in SEO, why wouldn't I just quit? Yeah, okay. It's the same thing. Why would you I probably shouldn't say that. Why would you eliminate your best horse when he's winning all of the races? That's ridiculous, right? Don't do that to yourself. I think I might have had some other ones. Let me just look real quick. That's ridiculous. Oh yeah, like I think this one's good. Like you get a few people who get mad at you for texting them. Let's say you have a text automation system. A few people get mad, so you just get rid of the text automation system, right? Or a few people get mad at you for calling the leads. I see this sometimes in finance where somebody will get mad at a financial advisor for calling a lead. And so the financial advisor doesn't want to call their leads anymore, right? Or like an email reply, you're cold emailing, let's say, or even warm emailing people who are signing up on your site. And it's working, but one negative experience outweighs all the positive, right? That's another good example. So I think what's really difficult in business is because we deal with humans, we assume that other humans, we like to project feelings onto those people. One of the greatest lessons I have learned from AI, especially a lot of these like AI texting follow-up type of services, is that sometimes people will text you back after months, after years of you texting them over and over again. If I was texting someone like that, right, we automatically jump to like relationships, I think, and like for a lot of us, maybe like dating, right? Like if you send a text, if I send a text to a girl and she doesn't respond, and I send another text to a girl, the same girl, before she's responded, that is already like, nuh-uh, you're in dangerous water. 3, 4, 5, now you're creepy, right? And we put that into this. We say like, I don't want to bother this prospective client. But the reality is people get busy, people don't care, people can't afford it, and eventually they do. They come around, right? So I think all of this just kind of goes to say like, don't let negative experiences throw you off your game, and don't stop doing what's working to try to do something that is unknown. Don't let yourself lose track. The best business owners that I know, they know how to get out of their own way and let things develop. They let people develop. They let agencies develop. They let everything around them develop, and they try to help. That was one more thing I had on my list. Don't stop managing your team because they're doing well, right? I just think this is an important lesson in knowing what's working, knowing how to double down on what's working, and maximize the benefit of what's working, no matter if something negative happens, right? Or no matter if there's other opportunities out there that look enticing that would take away from what's working. That's what I got for today. We will see you tomorrow.